All right, San Antonio, you are listening to The Scene, the number one local show here in San Antonio. I have the pleasure right now to interview Tim Kasher from the band Cursive. Tim, thank you so much for being here, bud.
Hey, it's a pleasure. How are you?
I'm great, man. How is the tour life right now? I think you had a show in Fort Collins last night.
Yeah, we just started yesterday, but yeah, all good so far.
Excellent. Oh, first show, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything exciting happen?
Oh, no, probably not. Yeah, and we did. This is a kind of a continuation. We did do the East Coast in I guess October and November. Took a couple months off, and here we are getting into it again.
Excellent. You guys are going to be playing here in San Antonio at Paper Tiger, my favorite venue in town.
Me
That's going to
too.
be, I love it. I used to bartend there, man. So
Oh,
I've
right
seen you
on.
guys before. So it was
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, that's February 20th. You're also going to be playing, if you guys can't make it to San Antonio show fans, they're also going to be in El Paso, Austin, and Dallas. So thanks for,
And Houston as
oh, and
well.
Houston too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for all the Texas love.
Sure.
What's your favorite thing about Texas, dude?
Oh man. You know what I really like is McAllen, Texas.
What? Down in the valley? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
McAllen's a great little spot. We played there maybe a few times. Definitely a couple times at least. I've been there a few times at least. It's just cool, man. It's great. It's technically the United States, but I think that it's not
Yeah,
kind of
right.
it's like in a good way, you know. It's like it's so close to Mexico that it kind of has a different country feel to it, which I think is nice.
Yeah, and people have a lot of good energy down there too, man.
Yeah,
Especially with
yeah,
the music scene.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's go into it, Tim. You guys originally are from a little place called Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Surprisingly though, I was doing some research. There are a lot of bands from Omaha, Nebraska in the indie scene. You've got Bright Eyes, The Faint. I'm just curious, how has the local scene shaped your music and your band's identity? And what's it like being part of a community that has such like a lasting impact on indie rock?
I mean, the way that Omaha music and Nebraska music, I should say, because Lincoln, Nebraska is kind of a part of that as well,
Okay.
uh, absolutely shaped what we do. I mean, it's what we grew up. Yeah, we didn't grow. We grew up with the scene. Maybe I should put it that way. It's we aren't from Omaha and just listened to our REM and our English beat records and our Fugazi and then created music. We were going to shows. I mean, I've been going to shows my entire life. That's just kind of part of the culture, you know.
Yeah,
And
totally.
it influences you and it creates who you are. So there were great bands before us, Mousetrap, Mercy Rule, Sideshow, and we would, we were cutting our teeth watching them all the time. We'd open for them, and we started, and then we're, and we kind of started kind of carving our own path, and it's been all right.
Excellent. I'd like to dive into a little bit of your lyricism, Tim, if that's all right. You do a lot of them, go through a lot of emotional landscapes, relationships, introspection. I'm just curious, do you find the songwriting process cathartic, or is it more of like an exploration for you? Is it
Um, I'm certain that it's cathartic, but I don't ever really feel like it is for me. I'm trying. What I'm wanting to do is I'm trying to hone in or like single out ideas or things that are any ideas that are kind of like bothering me or frustrating me or have been difficult for me, and then hopefully by writing about it, I'll find other people who relate to it. I just assume it, and if this is actually pretty accurate, us as human beings, we're all way more similar than we realize, and so I've made that hunch over the years with writing. Is just like, well, this happened to me. I have a hunch if I write it down, people are gonna. There's other people out there that have experienced this as well, and after doing this for so many years, now I'm certain I know that's
yeah.
true. It's like,
Yeah,
and
we're
that's
all going through stuff. Yeah.
so it's like seeking the universe. You're trying to seek the universal, which is what I think most writers should be doing.
That's really cool, man. Seeking the universal. I like that. Well, I mean, I think that it's shown in your guys' live performances. You guys have a reputation for being super passionate and super intense. How do you approach the live performance aspect of your music? And is there any like, I mean, you've been playing for a while now, 2 decades, but is there anything that like sticks out in your mind that really stood out in a live performance?
Oh, I'm not sure if I can think of a specific moment at the top of my head, but I'll say, actually back to the cathartic question too.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I think that Well, I was just thinking that for me, I think I do find catharsis in the music when the record is finally recorded and mixed, and I'm listening to it by myself, and that's my chance as a not as a writer, but as a listener and as a consumer of my own stuff
Right.
to listen to it and be like, oh wow, and that's I think where I find a lot of catharsis there. But then also on stage, sometimes that will happen, but I think for me at least the magic, if you want to use that word for being on stage, I think it's when you're experiencing those moments where you feel like, wow, this is really hitting, like you're like you're on we're on like we're on there's a stride to it, and it's like this is really working, and it feels like it's kinetic in the room, and like that's pretty exciting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's going back and forth with the audience and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah. Excellent, man. Well, let's go ahead and talk. I want to talk about your how should I say this? Your DIY kind of ethos. You've always tried to maintain a DIY approach, at least it seems from the outside. We have a big music program here at San Antonio College, the music
Nice.
business program. It's the only one in San Antonio. So I know a
Yeah.
lot of people are curious about your inputs on this. But what challenges have you faced being an indie band in an era of streaming and social media dominance?
Oh, challenges. Well, maybe to wax positively about it for a moment. I mean, a lot of those things, I mean, I don't love social media. I think a lot of us are probably conflicted with social media, you know?
Totally.
Uh, and maybe it's my age a little bit too, but those are actually tools that we are able to reach. I mean, even what we're doing right now, we're reaching, this is more of an old school tool, which is very
Yeah.
cool to,
Hell yeah.
use radio. But I mean, this will be on social media as well and stuff, and it's a way to be able to reach people and let people know what you're doing and what you're up to. That's pretty handy. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I guess to me, I guess perhaps more benefit in that realm than negatives.
Yeah, I think having a good mindset on that is important, especially in today's landscape with music business. But yeah, we have a lot of students that are asking about that though. So
Right. Well,
they're
if you
like,
want to get
I'm
it
a band. Should I create content? Should I, you know what I mean? Like, it's not my
right.
job. And you kind
Well,
of
and
have to use the tools.
if you want to start getting into other aspects of social media, of Spotify and
Yeah.
streaming sites, get into that. Then I have much more negative things to say. Absolutely, I think, I think the music. I think I'm really disappointed with the music industry as a whole for not protecting us musicians. Like,
Yeah.
where are the lobbyists that are protecting our interests? They weren't there, and I'm sorry, but it feels like they're still not there. And I talk to people often about I don't know why we aren't there's in a movement to create more streaming apps. Why are we letting a few of them dominate the whole field?
Yeah, like an independent streaming service would be pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Do you think that that's made artists have to like double down on live performances and merch and stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
the Cursive is a band, and just in my career as probably about as good example as you can find of we were doing it starting in the '90s when the internet wasn't it didn't exist, and when we got through, and then the iPod showed up, and the Napster showed up, and those things are were both good and bad, and I mean, really, I think the iPod's kind of a fun thing, right?
Oh yeah.
But and it's
The
great.
commercials were great.
Yeah, well, and it brought so much more music.
Yeah.
That kind of technology brought so much music to everybody, and that's excellent, and that helped us a ton. We're
Yeah.
kind of babies, Kirsten's kind of babies of the internet, and like they were there at the infantile stage, and it helped us immensely. So I appreciate it, internet. But now I'm kind of a little frustrated with the way that just uh, it also kind of it decimated the music field the way it decimated so many fields.
No, I totally understand, man. Thanks for your input. The students are going to really appreciate that. Let's go ahead. I was going to skip this, but now you brought up a good point. Like you've seen the longevity of how things have changed, and Cursive has been around for almost 2 decades now.
Actually,
Um,
three. We're
three
almost
decades.
yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay. What's kept you motivated and excited to continue making music together after all these years? And how's your relationship to the music changed over the years?
Well, first off, and this is going to just sound like pandering, but it's not. We have an excellent Cursive has like a really excellent relationship with one another, with each other. It's really effortless. It's a joy. We actually just really like one another, and we have a good time doing it. And there's almost zero drama in what we in the behind the scenes, of what we do. And I've been having done this for so long, I recognize how special that is because that's why bands come and go. They can't, it's like it's really tough to find to find personalities that jibe well together.
Yeah. I guess you guys are together every day on tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
that
yeah.
doesn't really bother me in the least. I actually enjoy it.
Awesome, man. That's really cool. You Cursive has had a ton of collaborations over the years with various artists. Are there any dream collaborations or artists you'd like to work with in the future? And how do you decide what projects are right for the band? Is it like I really like those guys and I want to work with them, or is it like something else?
I mean, if is Kate Bush available?
Yeah, dude. Sick.
Is Tom Waits available?
There you
I
go.
want to get some of the elders that before they pass this on from this realm.
Yeah, she kind of had a whole reemergence too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't have been happier about that. She's
Yeah.
just the coolest.
Awesome, man. Well, let's see what's next for Cursive, man. You got any new projects or upcoming? I mean, you already are on tour right now, but do you have anything in the works, particularly that you're excited about?
Well, so yeah, we are still just in the middle of doing this tour for Devourer and but yeah, we're already talking about we have ideas for the next record that it's probably too early to talk about, but
Okay, heard.
but yeah, but the important thing is that we're excited about it. Uh and we do this is a little tangential, but I shot a film at the end of 2023, a feature length, and Cursive has some music on that. So we're hoping to have that. It's called Who's Watching, and we're hoping that that'll be released this year. And so
What?
a new song will come with that as well, which will be nice.
Dude, that's cool. I wasn't aware of that. What was the process doing that like?
It's crazy. It's really
It's like a
it's a
short
huge.
film or
No, it's a feature.
oh dude, what?
It's a
Sick.
feature, and it's insane. It's an insane amount of work, and there's just a huge learning curve that I'm
Yeah.
still trying to like figure out. But I really enjoy it, and yeah, we've shown it at some festivals so far, and still in the process of looking for distribution, and so hopefully it'll be a good year for that.
Excellent, man. Man, you're doing stuff all the time, man. That's awesome, Tim. Thanks. All right, let's see. Get you out of here soon. Let's see. Um, what are some this is a fun time, the fun part now. Okay.
Okay.
So what are some of
Yeah, the
your
other part was awful, by the way.
yeah, I'm
So.
so sorry about that, dude. What are some of your guilty pleasures on tour, man? Are you a snack fiend? Are you I don't know. What are your guilty pleasures on tour?
Oh, well, I will speak on behalf of the band. There's a major guilty pleasure of whatever is in the refrigerator, like leftovers and stuff. People make nachos at the end of the night. We're a big nacho band after post show.
Okay, cool.
It's called a Hessian test kitchen is what we call it, and it's basically like trying to make like whatever like weird nacho. I don't you'll have a pork chop and chop it up and dice it up and then you have, pork chop nachos, things like that.
That sounds
That's
sick.
a that's the thing. I try to, I don't know. I really do. I think a lot of us we do try to see a little bit of the city and stuff. Believe it or not, even having to do this after so many years, it's like getting to do this after so many years. There's still an interest for me sometimes to get out and see stuff.
Well, that's rad, man. I mean, you get to experience the cultures and stuff of the cities that you're visiting. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Any place you're excited to go to on your tour this season?
Uh, yeah. Well, I will. Sincerely, we are big fans of San Antonio. So there is that.
Hell yeah.
Uh, but we're big fans of El Paso as well, and we're playing some place. We're playing Felton, California, which is essentially Santa Cruz, but it's a place we've never been before.
Oh, cool.
We're playing Morro Bay in California, which is I couldn't believe it's so cool. This is a place I've gone on vacation before. Ted, our guitarist, goes on good vacation there as well. So. We're playing at the very bar that I've passed before and been like, I've actually had drinks there. I've been like, wow, that'd be so cool to play here sometime.
Sick. Nice, man.
Yeah,
Well, again, guys, I'm here with Tim Kasher from the band Cursive. They're gonna be here February 20th at Paper Tiger. Hopefully we can party a little bit, man, when you come down. I'll see you on the
sounds
strip.
good. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Anything else you'd like to talk about with any message for the fans?
Nope, just hey, San Antonio and surrounding areas. Hope to see you out there.
Excellent, man. Again, we are listening to The Scene here on KSYM San Antonio College Radio, and this is Tim Kasher from the band Cursive. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
All right.